I've kind of been in a life or death struggle with Spectrum, like yesterday and today both.
Yeah, that's we have Spectrum as well. Although the city has put in like a what is it, some sort of fiber optic thing. So I'm thinking I'm going to
Oh,
switch over to
really?
that. Yes.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah. So we'll see if
In Placentia, right?
in Placentia, yes, in sunny Placentia,
All right.
hub of technology.
Okay.
Not really.
Okay. All right.
So,
Yeah, we've been I mean, I've definitely seen trucks in the neighborhood. To be honest with you, I think they're doing some sort of network upgrade. They just haven't bothered to say so. They just kind of, oh, there's an outage right now, and it's supposed to be fixed by such and so, and then later on it says, the outage is larger than we thought. So, or then they'll send me a text message that says, you're back online right now, but the outage could be continuing. So, it could be intermittent. And I'm like,
right.
what does it take, guys? Uh,
Right.
okay, I am really confused about in where do we have the end turn marker, gents?
I'm showing it as still at 0.
I'm showing it as 0. We only
Okay.
got like three activations in.
No,
Yeah.
no, I just the one I was in actually it was sitting on the 640 box. I'm like,
Oh,
well that made no sense.
well,
So
you can't blame me for that.
I will try.
I'm sure. I'm sure.
I will try my utmost.
Okay,
All
one second. Let
right.
me find my notes so I know where I am.
Wait a minute. You're involved in this game too?
Let's see. Somewhere here is a
That'd be really great. A three-way battle and
clipboard.
nobody knows where anybody is.
Yeah.
Let's see.
I think David he owns a copy of this game and he's just randomly scattering pieces on the map.
Yes,
That
And
checks
you
out.
then
guessed it.
there you
You
go.
guessed.
Oh, guess what? You found something. Yeah. Roll a 20-sided dice. Roll for perception.
All
Yeah,
right. So we.
I think I've only done one activation, I think. Have you done any, Aaron?
I haven't done any.
Oh,
So,
so we just did the one, but that was the one it
Oh, it was the
took for
first.
us
Yep.
to actually make contact.
yeah.
Yep. One activation.
So,
That's it.
so I'm
Okay.
guessing my skirmishers are going to be dead men walking here in a minute.
All right. Let's see here. Stephen O is saying, "Did you order Bar Quebec? I have not ordered it yet, but it is on my list of things to do this coming week. I'm
I
pretty
don't want to
sure.
brag, but I didn't have to order one.
Well, you did. You poured blood, sweat, and tears into the playtesting of it, so
That's it.
you should
That's
get
it.
one for free.
I even got a replacement counter with my name on it.
The special McAlpin counter.
I, and you know what? He's not bad. He's
Oh.
better than I am. That's for sure.
Well, that's because
Borchers, now
that's
he's got a
because.
right to complain because
Oh,
he's got kind of a crappy replacement leader with his name. But
well, shocking. Paul should have gotten one that's like
that's what I'm
Napoleonic
saying.
quality there.
There's no justice.
Oh, oh well. At
All
least
right.
I don't
So
have to
we.
be embarrassed
Yeah.
by a Le Holmgren, counter there. Some sort of Swedish French alliance there. So Michael Scherer is saying, I just ordered my copy last week. So, well, cool.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right.
Honestly, I'm really curious to see what the final product looks like because the playtest kit was so good. Um, I mean, I'm sure it'll still look better. I mean, the pieces will be better because they won't be foam core. I mean,
Right.
they won't. But they looked great, even if they were, kind of. They all stuck to each other. That was probably the biggest part about them that was obnoxious because the adhesive front and backs kept sticking to one another.
So
But
what
the
you
map was
do,
gorgeous.
you put them in a
What?
little plastic dish, and you put a little bit of either talcum powder, like baby powder, or flour, and then you move them around, and then the flour or baby powder will kind of stick to the
Will adhere to all the
yep
adhesive.
to all the adhesive, and then you kind
Wow.
of dust it off, and then you're ready to roll.
Well, there we go.
Yeah, and since you're the little 3M, uh, tape, which is what they're using, half-inch double-sided tape,
Right,
um,
right,
it's white, so the talcum powder or the flour is white,
right.
so
Wouldn't
you
show up
don't see it. Yeah,
anyway.
yeah.
So is this where you say be sure to like and subscribe for more helpful household tips?
There we go. Yeah, and I'll teach you how you get rid of stubborn stains in your toilet. Just
There you go.
exactly. Coming up next on Eric's table, how to get those stains out of your napkins. No, that's a different
Oh,
Eric's table channel. Yes.
oh dear.
Yeah,
Oh dear.
yeah.
Okay. All right.
All
Well,
right.
so this should be quite a challenge for you, David, because now, like, you're gonna have to make a gazillion decisions as things move. Who can see what and where?
Okay. And actually, and let me, Michael, go into the room with you
Yep.
uh, for just a moment.
Yep.
Let's
Coalition
see.
HQ. See you there.
Sure.
All right, and Michael Shearer is asking, can you confirm that the American salt on Quebec scenario is challenging? How did you do with it? So I can confirm that it is challenging. I have not played it. Michael has filled me in on the mini playtest that he has done, and that one is particularly tough because, of course, it's happening in the middle of a blizzard. The Americans have had to march, through some sort of god awful terrain to get there. They've lost, I don't know what, half or more of their army. And by the time they show up, it's really they're all kind of desperate, half starved, and in trouble. So the chances that the Americans are going to pull it off is pretty slim. I think in the maybe 3 or 4 times they played, maybe the Americans won once. Um, but they've got, I think, some rules where they can try to scale the walls. They can try to get through the gate, and so you have to roll really well to kind of get into the town itself. Once you do, then you've got a decent chance of pulling it off. But getting into the town is the biggest problem, and so I think that that is. Part of the challenge of that game. So it does match the difficulty that the Americans really faced, and I think it's kind of fun because you've got some lucky die roll stuff here there. I think they've got some sort of special results that are all kind of built in with dealing with the really challenging circumstances that the Americans were facing. And so I remember Michael saying that it was sort of action packed, with some of the different surprise rules that came up. And that's the case with a lot of these Battle of the Age of Reason games. We've got different special results and different things that are happening that really give it a lot of narrative quality. If we were just playing this and it was purely kind of boiled down to the odds result tables being this or that or something else, I kind of think that this game system would be, fairly stale. But the fact that you've got so many different possibilities for not special results for, initiative, and special results for combat, and special results for the different, morale tests and things like that, it really makes the game, surprising, and gives a lot of drama to it. So that's one of the things that I know some people find very annoying about this game series, because you set up what you think is the perfect overwhelming attack, and then you get a special result and you're pulling your hair out because now what should have been a slam dunk, has now swung in an unexpected way. But that's life. That's combat. Things did not always go swimmingly for everybody, and that's certainly true in this time period as much as for any other time period.
All right.
So, all right,
Well,
we've got our friends back.
All right. I guess we're
Time to chuck some
ready
dice.
for, yeah, ready for the Chuck Then Dice. And let's see. Oh, Eric, and let me take you down. Come on down to
Okay,
Coalition there, whatever, for a
sure.
moment.
uh-huh.
All right. What's up, Dave?
Orders for this turn.
I'm sorry, I just got in. There was a bit of a delay. What did
Oh,
you say?
so for this turn, you're still moving on your original orders. You
Yeah,
can't react. You can't react to what I mean. The ones that are immediately, if they haven't activated yet, they can react. But other than that, anything else is just moving on its regular orders, which was your original orders of the game.
right. So tell me what you mean by that. So for example, over on the what we would call the left-hand side of the map, I've got some guys that are there, coming down on Levering Lane that would be moving down that road towards where the skirmishes are. You're telling me that they can't move and then deploy and start to do something because in theory they don't know that there's skirmishers there.
The group behind,
Yeah, the group behind.
right? The group behind. Let's see what. They would still be coming down the road in road order. They don't know they yet. They've not. This is all happening at the same time as all of a sudden skirmishers appeared on the flank. So the only ones that can react are the ones that actually appeared. Uh,
That are actually adjacent to it.
yes.
Okay, all right. So if they happen to be in road order, they can come out of road order and go into line or whatever. Um,
Yes.
okay,
And next
or
turn, then right, and then that next turn again, the information has gone to down the line and two commanders and stuff like that. Um, I would say the brigade actually would be aware.
right, the brigade that has somebody adjacent to it would know.
Yes,
Okay, but the other ones that are further behind or further ahead aren't going to know.
right, because
Okay,
it's still heavy fog. They can't,
well, sure,
there's no firing has happened yet, so
yeah,
they're not alerted to that and that type of thing. So
okay,
that's after I thought about it afterwards and thought, oh, how are we gonna, you know,
kind of. How
uh,
would we model that? Yeah,
yes,
yeah. No, that makes sense. That makes sense. I have no problem with it. So
okay.
okay, cool. Well, I've rolled my die, and it was a terrible die roll. So I'm sure the British are going to have
Oh, okay.
initiative.
We'll see
Here, we'll
here.
go back
Yeah.
up.
All right. And did you do a roll? Yes, you did a roll, or Michael? Was
I
that
did. Did I
for your
did?
activation roll? All right. Well, that moves the clock. You
All right.
have, and that is a wing.
A wing and a
Oh,
prayer.
oh, so it is. I'm not sure if that matters. Um, no, in fact, it explicitly doesn't matter. So no, never mind. I'm not going to do that. Um, I will go ahead and yeah,
Okay.
go ahead and do that. And oh, well, it doesn't really matter. But I'm going to go ahead and do this. Okay, fine. And
Um, and again, meet me down in
yeah,
Coalition HQ a second.
you betcha. All right.
All right. Let's see. Any other questions that people have? So we are in, if you're just tuning in, we'd had last Sunday uh, some internet outage or issues just as we were beginning this part of the turn. So we're in the 620 turn. We had the British got the activation and they were moving some of their pickets, which were out here kind of in front of, I would say, we're not going to use north or south, but if we're thinking about the map being, orientated, the top of the map, the bottom of the map, these were, I guess, would be a little bit more to the west of Germantown. The map itself is kind of orientated off to the. So if we're looking at it, the our compass rose north is pointing off to the right upper right column or upper right corner of the map. So the British were moving some of their picket units, some of these skirmishers out there, and they bumped into my two columns that are marching down. Um, and as a result, now at least they know potentially two of my lines of advance for the American Army. Um, and so now what we've got to do is I've got to kind of clear those guys off or shoot at them or attack them or do something clever. I'm not sure what. Um, and then take it from there. So we'll see how things pan out. And I wasn't planning on getting into combat so soon. So I have to figure out what to do with my guys for the Americans to get a sense of who among the Americans can be in skirmish mode, which is, I think, what I'd like them to try to be in, at least some of my lighter troops. Um, so I don't know that I have the capacity to do that. Let's see if it tells me anything specifically in the rules. Light infantry, only the British have light infantry, okay. American special rules. Attack column. So I cannot enter attack column unless they're
All
stacked with a
right.
commander.
We're back to it. All
Back
right.
to it.
I think that activation is finished, and let me get the.
So now
And
with
we're
this
ready
one,
for
so is it this turn the British start to roll for waking up for alarm, or that happens next turn?
the. Well, it could. We know
Right.
that they're absolutely
They bumped into each other
activated
now,
at this
right?
point. We have activation. We
Oh,
don't. You don't know if they were activated earlier than that or not.
Right. No, but
And
my
so
question is,
they could be waking.
let's
They
imagine that they
any
just bumped into each other now, right at the beginning of
and
the
they just
620
activated
turn.
now.
The
Yes,
question
then at this
is,
point
okay, so it
that they
starts
were.
happening immediately.
No, it says or whatever it says in the. Let's see on that. So activation. What is activation under? That was under. Unfortunately, my PDF is not searchable on that.
what?
Yeah, I go to highlight something.
So it's under British surprise rules on page 10.
All right, so page 10, British surprise. When it is that surprise? Move, change vision.
Yeah, so I was just curious when it was that happened. If it's
Yeah,
suddenly
it
something.
does. But if I remember, it says explicitly here. Thought it said it here. Let's see.
Is your concern when you're free from your requirement to keep marching?
His concern is when you get to start rolling to wake up your troops.
I get to start rolling to wake up my troops. Um,
Is it the turn after the activation?
so it's the turn after the army is alerted. He may begin the normal process of rolling to remove surprise.
Right.
Okay.
And so if you remember, during the rally phase, we were rolling a number to see if I became alerted.
Right.
And then the turn after that, all the units were able to, well, all the stacks were individually able to do disorder recovery checks in order to become unsurprised. And then the turn after that, they're actually able to do something.
Okay. Right. So that's what I was trying to figure out is okay, presuming, right, that this is the first time that we've bumped into each other, you've now been alerted, and so
You were
now you
definitely
would
alert.
be, but at least for this turn, you wouldn't be rolling for your guys to stop being surprised, for want of a better word.
Well, there's no reason to keep rolling for am I alerted? Because now
Right.
I am
Right.
alerted
Yeah.
for sure.
Right. Right.
And so,
But
but
when you
until
activate, then you're rolling for each stack separately to see if
that's
they
right,
if they wake up, for
become
want of a better word,
unsurprised,
unsurprised. So
right? And so the the question for you is, have I just been having you on this whole time, and now I'm alerted,
right,
which is certainly possible, or have I already been alerted and this didn't really change anything?
right,
But regardless, it's become alerted, attempt to become unsurprised, and then do stuff. And
right,
that has to be three separate turns over which that happens.
right. So
Well, three or more, because obviously it depends on whether you become unsurprised.
right. So at this stage, the army is being alerted immediately since
Right,
we got it, but you wouldn't be, presuming you haven't made that special roll in previous
right,
turns. You
right.
would now be, when you get an activation, you wouldn't be rolling to unsurprise the units until next turn.
Correct.
Okay, cool. That's what I was curious about.
Yeah. But he does have some units, obviously, because the
Well, yeah, the
skirmishes are
pickets
part of
obviously
that
weren't
were
surprised
Right,
to
the
start
pickets
with.
aren't surprised. Right, yeah.
Right,
Okay, cool. I'm ready to roll again.
right.
okay. And let me get to the map so I can see the rolls. And okay, there's that
Oh,
roll.
yeah.
Oh, you're up to it again. There.
Again, indeed. It's a special something or other.
So
Oh dear.
Well, and it's a
special
special
something
something for the
or other.
Brits.
Uh, Other player picks one of your commands which may be finished. Initiative required. I'm not really
Yeah,
sure
that
how we
one
would.
that one doesn't apply, or I believe the special results before at that point, or
Uh, oh, okay. So we just rolling again. I mean, it
uh,
it it see it. Oh, okay. Hold on. Um, until the army's alerted, we
yeah,
can't have any special events against any of the British troops.
right.
But if the army is alerted, then you could. The trick is
Theoretically,
how would we determine who the the command would be that would be affected by this?
Well, the
And to
question
me,
is, you're not alerted until next turn, right? That's when you can start to roll for being unsurprised and stuff like that.
okay, hold on.
Right? Isn't that
Okay,
what we just talked about?
Right.
Yeah, but that's assuming that I wasn't alerted already,
Right.
which you
And
don't
so
know
if
one
you
way or the other.
right. So if you say I need to start picking commands to be confused, then I would know that you'd made your alert roll
Well,
in
yeah,
previous turns.
and that's why my point is that really David would need to make the choice if we're going to make a choice, because
Right.
you
Right.
obviously don't have any idea who's activated and who hasn't, and so it wouldn't make any sense for you to do it now.
No, no, it wouldn't. And you can't do it because you can't see what's out there, right?
Well,
Except for
no.
what you've
What do
bumped
you mean?
into, right?
No. This is me. This would the way this special event reads
Oh,
is that
I pick one of yours.
you
Oh,
pick
yeah, yeah,
one of
yeah.
my commands, which might be finished, and you don't have any idea which ones you're even eligible for that.
Right.
So it's almost like either we're not doing it all, or David would have to pick on your behalf.
Yeah, I would. That would they would have to do it because I don't see any of your commands. All I see is two of your skirmish
Right,
units.
right, exactly. And of course, and even if you knew what command they were attached to, which of course you don't, they're finished anyway, so it's
Yeah.
moot. Okay, all right.
What do we have?
So just to keep the charade up, we could dance down to the coalition room for a couple of moments. We'll be right back.
Okay, we'll let you do that. All right. And so here's how we're trying to. Not only are we stumbling through the fog here, metaphorically with our troops, but we're kind of stumbling through it here as how to play this with a double blind system. So if you're tuning in here, what you can see on the map is the Americans map, and it shows where I think my units are. And they've been marching along, just having a grand time. But every time they come to a fork in the road, they could potentially get lost and take the wrong fork and go somewhere else. So that's why this is where I think they are. Meanwhile, David Plock, who's our umpire, has his own vassal module set up where he's keeping track of both where the Americans are and where the British are. And if you see up here in the top part of the screen, the British player has their own vassal module up with where they think their units are. And then as we bump into each other, then David has been populating both of our maps with the units that bump into each other as it happens. So this last game session we had last Sunday, his pickets bumped into my units. And so when that happened, he put pieces on Michael's British map showing the American positions where he had found people, and then he put the skirmishers on my map showing the skirmishers that bumped into me. And so that's kind of how we're handling things until the fog lifts or we bump into enough people that it becomes a little bit more problematic for David to try to keep track of. So
Exactly.
yeah.
All right, we're ready to proceed, I believe.
Okay, so are
Yeah.
we rolling again?
We're-
Okay.
We're rolling again.
All right. I
To
rolled a
that,
6.
and we got that. That moves the clock. This is another British activation.
All right.
I'm liking
So we've
that.
moved it
Clock
up to
is
the
now down
to 2. Okay.
We're up to 2 now. That's exactly right.
Cool.
All right, so we're going to go ahead and do this right here, and don't need to worry about that because of that. So then I'm going to go ahead and do this. And, whoops. Too many keyboards. And whoops. Okay. Ba-dee. Okay. I think that's it. So I'm done.
Yep. All right. Yeah, man, another die roll, folks.
Okay. Well, that's definitely going to move the
Okay,
clock.
that moves the clock, and that is an American activation.
Oh no.
All right.
Alright.
So I've got a question for you. I had thought, and I may be, I read through these a month or so ago, but I had thought that there was something where when we're marching along and we bump into somebody unexpectedly, there's some sort of morale check or something that happens. Am I?
That's if
Ooh.
that's if you bump into your own unit under disruption in the fog.
Oh, so in
Oh
in
yeah.
disorientation, and
Yes,
you
I
bump
think
into
that's
a
what you're
friendly
referring.
unit.
Yep. Then they have to take a morale check. Like that is one I remember. There
If
may
you're not where you thought you were and you run into somebody unexpectedly. That makes sense actually, because you don't know if they're friendly or not.
Okay, all right.
Um,
That's what I wanted to check because before we started to do something, I'm like, okay, um, I wanted to figure out what's if we had to make a morale check for something first. So,
right.
okay,
Um,
all right. So now what I got to
okay.
figure out is
But what we do know is that the columns must follow as best they are able, given the fog rules, the projected path. But if a column moves adjacent to a British unit, or if any combat takes place within 15 hexes of a unit of the column, it is then loosed from its projected path and can maneuver freely. So at least those two columns
right.
that I've made contact with free to do different stuff now.
Well, that's if they're within 15 of the contact point, correct?
Oh, that's why I said those two columns, um, because because that happened in two widely separated
Right,
spaces.
right.
Are you saying that these columns are so long that somebody might be more than 15 hexes away?
Well, I told actually I'm going on the assumption right now there's been no fire yet or anything like that, so I'm not at the 15 hex range for anybody becoming excited. They ran into the skirmishers ran into the column in two places, only that portion of the column.
Oh,
If
okay.
there's more of it, it's going to be active. Whatever's immediately.
Right.
Okay.
So yeah. So David, when David took me down and briefed me, he said basically the only guys that know what's going on are the ones that are adjacent to the skirmish unit. Everybody else further up or anywhere further along doesn't
Right.
isn't
Right.
aware of it yet. They'll be aware of it next turn. So in the meantime,
Right.
I have to keep going on as if
I
everything is
see.
hunky dory. So that's why I was curious. Like,
Okay.
well, between 15. So
Yeah.
uh,
Yeah. Yeah.
okay, cool. All right. So what I think I'm going to do is, I think I will activate this brigade that's here,
All
right?
right.
And now what I got to figure out how to do is, and I haven't had to do this in a long time, is basically take them out of road and put them into line. And basically, that's what I'd want to try to do with all of them. So I'm not sure what the process is for going from. Do you have to go from road to something else and then go to line, or do you just go
Yeah, but
from
I
road
believe
straight
it's
to
road to
line?
column to line, right?
Road to march column. No, yeah. Road column to march column to line.
Okay, so I'm basically making two uh,
Two formation
two
changes.
formation changes. All right, and so
Yeah.
these Americans are not very good at any of those things, are they? So let me see how this is even going to work. I got to look at my chart. So going from road to march column is one movement point.
Um, yeah. Road to march is going to be. Here I am looking for the chart. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100, 101, 102, 103, 104, 105, 106, 107, 108, 109, 110, 111, 112, 113, 114, 115, 116, 117, Come on, chart. Road to March is 1 movement point per hex difference with a minimum of 1. So, in other words, it's 1 unless you're 3 hexes long, in which
Right.
case it would be 2.
Okay. All right. That sounds fine.
Yeah, March to Road is more expensive, but Road to March is pretty cheap.
Okay. And so then as I change, are you getting a shot as I go
I,
from road to march and then march to line?
I would think so.
Okay. Well, that's why I'm
Yep.
asking because I'm not familiar with it. We've never had a situation like this before. So that's what I'm trying to figure
Well,
out.
yeah, you're right, because usually you wouldn't be in column anywhere near the enemy,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
No, absolutely. They're separate formation changes. And so, honestly, you, you might, depending on circumstances, you might be better off just marching away and then doing your formation changes somewhere else, depending upon circumstance. Because otherwise, I'm going to get 2 free shots at you before you can get yourself coordinated. And by the way, I'm shooting at you in column, which means extra casualties.
Right. And
And the potential of routing if you take a strength point loss when you're being shot at in column. Here I am looking for that chart. Uh, Targets in road column route if they take a strength point loss, and the strength point losses are multiplied by 1.5 rounded if they're in column.
so where is
So
that at? Is that on the fire chart
that's on the fire chart.
Fire
Yeah,
chart.
it's there at the very bottom under SP loss modifiers.
Targets in column limbered or squared, right? Columns in road column. Routed may lose 1 more SP.
That's if you're already routed. You might lose 1 more.
Oh, okay. Okay.
But if you're in road column and you take a strength point loss, then you just route.
Then you just route. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Target in column limbered or squared. So is the strength point losses 1.5? Is that for road column or is that just for regular march column?
For either one.
Okay, so
So
any column doesn't matter.
right.
Attack
So the
column, march
idea
column.
is if you take 1, you really take 2. And if you take 2, you really take 3. Because you're multiplying by one
By
and a
one
half
and a half.
round.
Okay. Okay. All right.
Yeah. Right.
Cool.
Um,
Okay. Now I understand what
Before
you're
we
talking
do,
about.
yeah, before we do that too, are we using the optional rule that defensive values for terrain are doubled because of um, um,
Okay.
the fire things?
Certainly a good thing to do. So we talked about that a lot when we were play testing Quebec, because um, during the 7 Years' War battles or the War of the Austrian Succession battles, it's pretty unusual to get more than 1.5 to 1 with infantry fire combat, right? And yet here in the American Revolution, it's pretty easy to get 2 to 1, 3 to 1 with infantry fire combat. And the reason that Matthew never made that a requirement, although it is an optional rule, is that the idea is that the number of casualties isn't really that different. The odds are higher, and because the odds are higher, you're you might be hitting more strength points, but the strength points themselves are smaller.
Well, are you still only firing out with 6 strength points? I mean, with 4 strength points? Or are you firing out with
No,
8 strength
no,
points?
starting out with 8. Yeah. So
That's why they double it.
yeah, truth is, I think it makes more sense for it to be doubled defense values. To me, that just intuitively seems to make more sense. So the odds are closer to what they would have been. Because the number of firing muskets is lower too.
Yeah.
So the casualties generated would be lower. So it just seems like you should scale everything down the same way. Raising the defense value should be part of that, I think.
Yeah.
I'm
I,
perfectly happy with it if that's what you want to do.
Yeah, well, I think that's what we did when we played Brandywine. I think
I'm trying to remember if we did
defense
or not.
defense was like, so in clear terrain, I think it was 20. Um, because yeah, otherwise it would have been particularly bloody. It was fairly bloody as
Oh
it was
no.
anyway, but yeah.
Yeah, I did. I don't remember if we did or not, but I definitely understand the argument behind it because it just seems goofy to me that suddenly I'm getting three to one shots. It's
Yeah,
like there's nothing any different going on here than what was going on in Europe. And if 100, I'm just making up a number, but if 100 muskets fire, you should expect them to do no more harm um, than 200. I mean, 200 muskets in the 7 Years' War
right,
and 100 muskets here are going to do a different amount of damage. And
right.
so that means doubling the defense value probably is reasonable.
Okay. Um, all right. And the hmm. Okay. So trying to figure out what to do here with these guys. Um, all right. So I think what I can do is, what does attack column do? That just basically I can launch an assault from column, correct?
Um, yes, you could.
And then
It's
do I have to attack straight through the frontmost hex, or is it like
you
Labatai
no
where it can attack
attack
through?
attack column faces a vertex.
Vertex.
Oh,
Yeah,
faces a vertex. Oh, okay.
and the thing about attack column is, of course, it's still column, so you're going to take more losses
Right,
to fire combat. Um, and it's very fragile in the sense that as you turn, every time you make a hex turn facing, you got to do a disorder check.
right,
So definitely the sort of thing that you want to make sure you're doing it when you already know what you're doing. Um, it's I mean I guess one thing you get out of it is you get higher stacking because you get to use the column stacking level, which is more for every hex type.
right.
Um, but but so now how do you get to
Well,
attack column?
so here, Michael. Here's what I'm trying to figure out what to do. So
Yeah,
we're over on the, I guess, northern section where you've bumped into those
the
three infantry
northwest.
units. Yeah. Um, and I'm trying to figure out, okay, what do I do to push your skirmisher back? So if I try to take those guys out, those three stacks, and the first one goes to march column, he gets shot at. Then he goes in the line, he gets shot at. Then the next guy does the same thing, he gets shot at. Basically, you're going to get, if all three of them do it, you're going to get 6 shots at them, you
So
know?
this
And,
is
and,
over at. I just want to be sure we're talking about the same thing.
right?
But this. There's a crossroads where you're marching south.
Yep.
Well, I'm going to say south just
Yes.
because I.
Sake of
Okay.
convenience.
And and I've just appeared to you from the east.
Correct.
Okay. What you need to remember is that I can only see things in adjacent hexes, and so I can't see very much. And so, as of this current moment, I can only see one unit, and I can only fire one hex.
No,
So the truth is,
I'm confused.
No, we're
We've got,
Mike, we're talking about here.
okay, but that's not what he said. But okay,
no, that's
all
what
right.
I'm
So
talking about. That's,
we're talking about over here. Okay, all right.
yeah,
Thank
yeah,
you. That was not the location I was thinking of, but
yeah.
thank you. Okay, so yeah, I mean, that is a serious problem. So So these
So
are
I
from
was wondering, okay,
separate units.
if I put just one of them comes out of road column into attack column, okay?
Okay.
So therefore, there's only one formation change, right?
No, it's
Oh,
still two because you
Oh,
have
it's
still
still
two.
two.
if you look
Oh,
yeah, if you look at the formation chart, you got to go from only thing out of road column it goes into march column. And then there's
Here's
another box below that that says, "Oh, I can go into attack column or I can go into square or I can go into line or you can see
here's
the arrows."
honestly what I think you should do.
okay.
For the 2 units that can get away,
Well, which two
just
units are those?
well, the middle one and the south one,
Okay.
if they advance 1 hex in the direction they're currently facing, I get one shot at them as they're leaving,
Okay.
but that's it. And then they can do all the formation changes they want without me being able to do a thing to them.
Ah, okay.
Right? Because now they're 2 hexes away and I can't see 2 hexes because of the fog.
Right. Right. So you
And
get an opportunity shot as they went past you, or as they move
right. And
out
the
of that adjacent
referee may
hex.
make the choice, and the referee would be entitled, by the way, as far as I'm concerned, to make this choice. That just like we have an optional rule that says that units in a line can all march together at the same time in
Right.
order to limit the number of defensive or opportunity fire shots, that 2 units in a column could march at the same time, meaning I'd have to pick one of them to shoot at because I don't get to shoot at both of them because they're moving at the same time.
Well, and so by the same stroke, could all three of them, you know, come out and shake out of what they're doing? And
Yes.
you'd only get to shoot at one of them
Yeah.
as opposed to shooting at all three of them.
You could. Now, obviously, in that case, in order to get to a state where you could attack me, each of them would have to do 2 things.
Yes.
So I'd get shots at 2 of them in that case.
Well, you get 2 shots.
Or two
Right.
shots,
Yes. So you could do a
Yeah.
shot at one and a shot at another, or you could shoot twice
Yes.
at one. But that, so
Mhm.
that's what I'm kind of getting at, because otherwise it's like those skirmishers might as well have machine guns if they're
No, I
firing boom, boom,
totally
boom, boom,
agree.
boom, boom, boom. Yeah.
And that's why I was so fond of that simultaneous line movement
Right.
optional rule. And although, I mean, clearly they didn't make that a column optional rule because under normal circumstances this would never happen,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
But in this case, I think it's the logical conclusion of it is
Yes.
that they're all gonna do something at the same time, and I don't have MG42s, so I'm gonna have to decide who I shoot at, and then be prepared to run like hell.
Okay. All right. So if that's the case, if that's how we're going to handle it, then I could have all three of them come out of road column into march column, and then
Okay.
have
Move a
them
point.
form into line. And the way that they're all facing, it's only going to cost me, well, I think, one movement point, since I'm facing at least the
Probably
right
more.
direction
Yeah.
to do that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so therefore, with my 4 movement points, I could get them all at least facing towards you.
Well, yeah, you
No,
want to
they okay. If they're all gonna move together, they would all end up facing the same thing.
Yeah, they'd all be facing. I mean, they'd
So
all
they
be
all
facing.
come out of. If they'd all come into column out of thing, they'd all be.
So which way is column? That's facing towards a hex side, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So if we're
So
facing,
they would all.
whoops,
Yep, either that or
oh, sorry, they're going around the wrong way. So they're facing like
Yeah.
that. Okay.
right.
And then to face into line, right? You're saying that they would all
If
form
moving
line.
together, they're only going. Yeah, but they would all form line. Like the third one over here is not going to be in line facing the bottom one. Wouldn't be in line facing the skirmishers.
I don't know why he wouldn't, because if he's facing this way and he faces line that way, aren't the skirmishers in one of those hexes?
That's different movement points and that type of thing. So
So
I'm not
I
going to
don't know.
let
I mean,
you
he
do that.
is so
I
if
would do that
he's
separately.
right. So if he's in, and when
So
you're in road column, how are you normally facing when you're in road column? Because we may or may not have even had them in the right way. Are
no,
they facing a
actually
vertex or are they facing
they
towards a?
they are they are
They're actually,
supposed
all
they're
right,
supposed to be facing a hex side, and they're supposed to have their tail to the hex side they came through. So they're all
right.
facing the right way now.
No, they aren't. That's,
Well, they
Okay,
yes,
are on my
so
map.
that's how they
that's the
should
way
have been facing in road
that's how
column.
they're actually facing. Yep.
Okay, all right. So I hadn't been putting them in the right way because
Right. I
the
do
way
have
they're
them on
going
my
down the
map that
road,
way.
it's higgly piggly. Okay, so
Right.
now if they go into march column, they're still facing the same way, right? They're not changing which
That's
hex
correct.
side they're facing. Okay,
That's correct.
so
Yes.
then if they're going into line facing towards the right hand side of the screen, right?
Yes. Yes.
So then this guy would be facing that way, and this guy's going to be facing, whoops, that way, and this guy's going to be facing that way.
And that's
See,
Right.
I would count.
I think the only problem is that at least one of those guys is going to have to spend an extra movement point to
Right.
face the direction that you want to face.
So it costs
It-
2 movement points for this guy, the lower one
Yes.
here. For him to go from
Uh,
march to column, it costs 2 movement points to do that.
No, it's the one at the top that has the problem, because if he's going to turn to face the skirmishers, then he's doing not a 90-degree turn. He's only doing a 30-degree turn, and that costs 2 movement
That
points.
yeah. So but they've got enough because it's one to come out of
Yeah. Oh,
road
no, no,
and
no,
one.
no.
Yeah,
They,
yeah.
they have enough. The
Yeah.
only reason any of this matters is just because if we're talking about doing simultaneous movement, they're not all being able to move at the same speed.
Oh, so you're saying that? So
There would be some extra shots for depending on how much it takes them to move.
okay. Well, you guys figure that out. This is what I'm doing.
Actually,
I mean, at
you
this
know
point,
what?
I don't care. Just go ahead and roll the
Hold on,
dice
hold on,
because
hold
I
on,
don't.
hold
I
on. What is
it's too
what
complicated.
is it is insanely complicated, because this of course never would happen in a real game, would it? Okay, but what you could do, yes, in fact, this would work. So the middle one and the south one
Yep.
both go into march column. That's 1 movement point for each of them.
Yep.
The top one also goes into march column. That's a 1 movement point. Everyone's synchronized. Everyone's fine. I can pick any one of them to shoot at, but only one.
Right.
Then each of them then spends 1 more movement point. The middle and the south one both go into line facing northeast.
Facing north.
In
Yep.
other words,
Yep.
towards the skirmishers.
Yep.
The one at the top, however, can go into attack column facing southeast for 1 movement point. Because
Okay.
attack column is 1, and you have to adopt a facing of either just to the left or just to the right of the way you're facing as a march column.
All right. So
So
you're
again,
you're so what you're saying is I've got to do something where they're all spending the same amount of movement points in the same maneuver.
Otherwise, they can't be moving at the same time.
Okay. I think
Otherwise,
okay. So
Otherwise,
here.
there's too much time happening.
Yeah. Well, there's
then I
a
can
little
push
extra time that's happening for some people, but not for
Yes.
everybody. Okay.
It would be
Come
more
on.
opportunity fire.
Yeah.
So we don't want to do that.
Okay. So let's take a look here. So we're going to get
So let's get
everybody
'em-
in road march the way they were, would have been facing. Okay. And they
No,
got to have
no,
it
this-
towards their rear.
This one,
Yep.
yeah,
Yep.
that's correct. Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. And so let's go ahead and have
And this one
this guy's
is
got to
here.
go. Yep. Okay. So they, from where they're at right now, they go into march column and they're facing the same way they are. No,
Yep.
no issues at all.
One shot.
One shot. Now,
One shot.
yep. So pick somebody and take a shot at them.
Okay.
Uh,
Yeah, I mean, I guess I'll take a shot at the middle one here because, I mean, why not, right?
Sure.
I don't think eight's big enough to matter.
No,
I think
because it's really a stacking of
it's
4.
really like four,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'll go ahead and shoot at him anyway, just because it's fun.
Sure.
All right. And it's six times
6 times
whatever the
5 is 30, and I got a defense of 20. So you're at
20.
one and a
That's
half
one and
to
a half,
1.
one,
No
just
pluses,
like
no
that.
minuses. And I
That's going to
can't
be
see
enough
what
for
you're
this
rolling,
order.
so
and
David
the
will have
roll
to let me
was
know.
a 57.
57,
So,
that is an R.
well, it's not an R, it's a D because it's op fire.
Oh, okay. You're right. I'm looking at the wrong side. So you're over there. So it's a D.
So,
Okay, so I have to make a disorder check. And David flash
right.
which hex it was that he'd shot at?
Okay, he shot at this
The
one.
That
biggest
one.
target, the one straight west of me.
Okay. All right. So then I can make a roll for them. So I'll roll for that. And I got a leader there who'll maybe help. Wow, 79. So they're fine. Leader or no
Okay.
leader. Okay. Oh, good. So now I need to do something where they all spend the same amount of movement points to face
Exactly.
towards you. Okay. So I think I can do that.
Yeah, you can.
So let's
It's,
see.
the middle one and the bottom one can each do a 90-degree line turn for one movement point.
Right.
And the top one can do an attack column to the southeast or to the south for one movement point. So all three of those are the same.
What if they do something that they all equally spend 2 movement points?
Oh, well, I mean, I guess so. Sure.
Right.
I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Sure.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
if I do that, I can have the guy at the bottom face what would be the
North.
equivalent of, yep, north on the
Yeah.
map.
Yes.
This guy here
Yes.
is going to turn and face that way, sort of actual true north. And then this guy can
Yes.
turn that way. And
Yeah.
they all spent 2 movement points to achieve that.
Yeah. All right. Fair enough. All right.
Okay.
I'm gonna shoot. I'm gonna shoot at the same guy because
Okay.
I'm feeling lucky. I don't feel lucky, but I'm gonna do it anyway.
At this stage in the game, you're lucky enough
And
he
this
bumped
one
into
was
you.
Another
it is a 52. So,
52.
another
All right.
disorder check.
All right. So let's go ahead and chuck the dice again. And we passed with flying colors. All right. So that is, so now what I would, if I was going to do an attack, I would then have to declare a close order assault thing, right?
Right. That what you probably should do is do whatever other movement may be part of this activation before you move to close combat.
Right.
And I, and 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 for all I know, there is nobody else in this. But I haven't memorized your order of battle, so I don't know.
You haven't? Come on. What kind of enterprising British agents? You don't have
Or
spies there?
oh, you've been hanging the ones that I really like.
Um, all right. Well, anybody else I have, if I move them off the road, right, they would then have some other rule for getting lost. Is that correct?
I think what was the rule? The rule was if you started on the road.
I have to start and end on the road, I believe, for the other one, and so.
So David, like,
Disorientation.
so this unit here, if
If
I
you
was
begin
going to
your move
move
using
them,
road unit,
right?
if you begin your move using road movement, then disorientation doesn't apply. It's only after you've left the road and you're just moving cross country that disorientation could apply.
Okay. So if I start on a road and then I move off road and end up back on a road again.
Well, it's and again let's see. I'm thinking something here. Let me before I open my mouth on it.
Famous last words.
Yeah,
Okay, so It's whenever a command is activated.
Right.
Oh, that's kind of complicated, isn't it?
Right. So does that so if the entire command is on the road,
And you're not doing road movement though. So I would, if I rolled such that you got disorientation, I would apply disorientation.
okay. Okay. Well, that sounds fine. Um, we will we will just leave those units there where they are for the moment because we've got things are confused enough.
Yeah,
So
I guess that's fair. You can kind of see how this is like out of the clear blue nowhere. What is that and what's going on? And
yeah,
so there's a little bit of hesitation before everyone just suddenly walkie-talkies themselves towards the enemy.
exactly. Okay. So then if I'm going to attack you, then I would need to roll for the um,
Close combat,
close combat.
pre-close combat spell check. That's right. And
Okay.
you could do whichever ones you want to do.
Okay. We'll do at least two with the hopes that we get one that passes.
There you go. Good thinking.
And um, okay, we'll do this one here and this one here. So for this unit,
Which was it?
so
Okay.
this one here, yep. Let's roll for them. And they should be going through. They've got a pretty decent morale from what I recall. Yeah, they're going to go in.
Okay.
And then for the next chap, yep, they're good too. Okay. So close
Okay.
combat.
Well, it shouldn't surprise you that I'm going to retreat before close combat
That's fine.
because I can. So then I need to do a morale check D and pass.
Okay. All right.
So
So
one
now,
of you has to advance, whichever one
sure.
you want, or both.
Right. So I don't know. David hasn't moved your piece. So I don't know.
Okay.
Right now, it's still sitting in that spot. So I didn't
Yeah,
want to
oh, no,
move
I
it.
totally understand. Obviously, I
Okay.
can't control it. So
Okay.
I just retreated due east on the road. I
Okay.
wasn't trying to be too cute here. In fact, that was the only hex I could retreat to if I was going to retreat one hex. I guess if I retreated two, I could have broken contact, but
And then you would disappear.
yeah, but what's the point of that?
There's some fun
This
in
is
that. Okay.
this is like the HMS Suffolk that was required to
Uh,
shadow the Bismarck and the Prince Eugen. Just kind of stay there just so we could keep track of where he was.
Okay. All right. So I think I've got that done. So that's going to take care of that activation. Took us a good 40 minutes to figure out how to do that. Okay.
Eventually, we're going to reach the point where we're going to know what we're doing because we're going to know where everybody is, and then it'll be a regular bar game.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Okay, now what happens? One of those was an attack column, and one
No,
of
no,
those
no,
was
no,
in
nope.
no, no,
They
no,
were all
no,
in line.
no. He had elected to change his idea to make everybody do a
A two movement point formation
two
change.
movement point formation change just so they'd all stay synchronized.
Yep.
Although
I thought one of them. Dang it.
I'm not convinced that that one did though. At least on my map, that one looks like he only did one movement point. I think he would have to be facing north in order to have spent 2 movement points.
Oh, yes.
So
yes,
so the
okay, I got it.
the
Yeah.
8-4 that's at the bottom is
Okay,
pointed straight
perfect.
up towards the top of the map.
Yep.
Got
Right.
it. Now I'm in total agreement. Everything makes perfect sense.
I don't know if
And,
it makes
all
sense,
your
but
things-
it is. It's what we do. It's
It-
what we do.
it's what we did.
Yep.
All right. I'm happy.
All right, we're ready to roll some more dice, I guess.
Are we?
Not quite.
No.
We will be in a second here.
Hold
Oh yeah,
on.
David's got to catch up on everything. He's got to
I
move
gotta
things on
keep
3
track of
maps.
Where your people really? I know.
Or
It's
2
nuts.
additional. I got to look at one and do it on 2 additional maps.
Yeah.
here,
Do we
so.
need to buy you a new monitor, David?
I got 3 of them here.
A new video card?
I
Let's
got a good one. I
see,
got a
Michael
40
Shearer asks, "Are you guys going to continue the bar rules video? I was really enjoying them, and they help a lot." So yes, Michael,
That's
we are
wonderful.
planning on it. Michael McAlpin and I were hoping to try to do another one of those here. So we'll probably try to sneak one of those in. You know, David's off gallivanting around now that he is retired. You know,
That's right.
Yep. So that'll
Yeah, and I
it'll
think
be a free evening sometime. We can do that.
if memory serves, we were going to talk about doing one of the situations from our morning prog game, but one where we've got a multitude of things going on.
Exactly.
You can actually do it next. You can do it next weekend because next Sunday I will not be available.
Oh.
I'll be coming back from Florida for
Well, there you go.
a keto seminar. So.
Okay. Okay. So I was
All
just
right.
I was just kidding you, but apparently it's reality.
It is reality.
Well, good. Well, Michael, we will then, Mr. McAlpin and I will, for your benefit and for the other hundreds of thousands of people out there who watch the channel, we will go ahead and schedule something. So we will have another
Okay.
training session. And,
Next Sunday.
Yep, next Sunday. So that would be what,
Very
the
good.
9th of November. That should work
Yeah.
for me. Cool. All right. Let's throw some dice for the next initiative and see who gets it.
All right.
Another special result.
Oh,
I'm good at those.
Let's see. Yeah. Let's see. Where's my
pick
charts
a
here?
command for a fire combat or close combat segment initiative required. I don't think that's going to apply because I don't have any command who is in a position to be able to do that. And the independent units couldn't do it unless they were stacked with a member of the command.
Man.
So
Yep.
I think we can just,
I think we can safely roll again.
yeah, which I have done.
Another special result.
Well, we're back
I'm-
to confusion again.
Confusion. Well, it's time for
Back to confusion.
you guys to figure
Well,
out who's
for
confused or
confusing,
not.
let's go down to coalition.
Yep. See you in a minute. Adios.
Okay, I'll be here.
Back in chart.
All right. So let's see. Jason says, "Evening all. I hope everyone is well. I almost missed the stream. How is it going?" So, yeah, we're doing the stream here on this Saturday instead of our usual Sunday schedule. I am helping our program out in Murrieta, California. We're doing a Halloween-themed archery shoot, so I'm helping the instructor with that. So that's tomorrow evening, and so I'm not going to be available. And so then we just did our game here on Saturday night instead. So if you subscribe and you hit the little bell notification button, you'll get the notice when I post stuff for when it's going to be, showing. So if I do something with a stream, it'll say upcoming, and so you might get a little note saying, "Hey, this stream is going to be coming up on a Saturday or Sunday or whenever it is." So that might give you a little bit of a heads up. Otherwise, normally if you're subscribed or you have the bell on, when I start the stream, it will pop up with a notification saying, a stream has started on this channel. So that's another way to kind of find out what's going on. As far as how it's going, at the tail end of our last session last week, we had a case where the British skirmishers that are part of the picket line for the British bumped into two of the American march columns that were coming down. And so
Okay.
we're dealing with all of that.
All right. We ready for the next activation? Are you going to roll
Sure.
another
I'm
zero
gonna
there,
roll
Eric?
another 0 just to spite you. Oh, so
Almost.
close, so close. It's about as
All
close
right.
to a 0 as you can get without it being a 0.
All right, Michael, you have another activation. You have to
Except-
use it
except
yourself or
except
give it to the Americans, and
I'm gonna
this
give it to
does
the
not move the clock.
Going to give it to the Americans.
Americans.
This
I'm
is
a giver.
exciting.
What can
You
I say?
are you are a giver. All right, we are going to go over to the other side of the universe here and try to figure out what the devil to do in that situation. We've got a very interesting situation there.
Did you ping your map here? What?
Yeah. So we're over here
There we
with
go.
this
Okay.
brigade. Well, and so he would, if I move those guys, he'd get an opportunity fire as I went by, if I choose to do that. Or if I change formation, then he'd get some sort of shots at me, correct? Like we talked about.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I think what I will do
And
is.
well, okay. Let come down
Yeah.
to
I'll go down to. Yeah, we'll go down and chat.
HQ.
Let's see if I can get Discord to work. There we go.
Possible units in front of you there that
All right. So over here by it's the Township Line Road, right? He's got he can only see the tail end of that the artillery, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
That is correct.
All right. So if I were to consolidate into that hex that's adjacent to him and then unlimber, there'd be like 2 shots.
Well, if you consolidate it into your front hex, you just get the one as you were.
Right, but there's no point because I can't shoot at him. So what I'm thinking is if I just take the guys, the brigade that's already further down the road and just keep them moving, and then these guys that are adjacent, I just move them.
But you can't move the stuff further down the road because you got another unit in front of it.
No, I know. So the idea would be I wouldn't activate these guys on this activation.
Okay.
I'd activate these guys, move
All
them.
right. So that's
and
what I'm
then-
trying to
yeah,
clarify. Okay.
and then activate these guys next.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think I'll do
All right,
that
so-
instead.
Yep. Okay.
Okay. Cool. So I'll be
And then
activating.
also remember, because this is once you start activating this side, then you have to, since it's remember the detachment rules. I just wanted to remind you.
so then I'd have to move everybody that's part of this detachment before I could go back to
Right.
the army, back to
Yep.
Washington's. Okay, the other side.
Yep.
That's
I
fine.
mean, and there's no, and again, there's no hurry. Whatever's, you can do that at any time here.
Right,
so-
because we're
All right.
only, to my knowledge, 3 down the peg, right?
Yep.
Okay. All right. And so, yeah, the Americans on the other side can't really go very far because that road kind of got blocked. So I really can't do too much over there with Washington just yet. Okay, no, we'll go back over to the detachment where we're at and move those guys along.
And okay.
So I'm going to start off with this group here, right?
Right. All right. So
Okay.
they're activating this turn. Got
Yep.
it.
And
Okay.
so they're going to
That's-
go 1, 2, 3. Well, that's 1 hex, 2 hexes. And then the idea was that these guys were going to start to deploy along this area here. Because I kind of figured there might be British a little bit further down the map. So we
all
didn't wanna
right.
run
I
into them.
interpreted it as you were going to deploy along this creek.
Right. Do you see the little tile X's that I have here?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was kind of my line. But yeah,
Oh, okay.
I could
All
go
right.
that way. That's fine. Yeah.
Yeah, that was your okay. I didn't have it just from what you had written. I just had it at the creek. But if
Yeah, I
that's what
kind of put
I
the,
mean,
so
you
yeah.
okay.
And then you see
But
over on the other side where I have the little blue ones, that was where I was going to kind of form a line going that way with the little blue
okay,
tile hexes. So that was the, as far as a visual representation of what was going to go on.
okay. I didn't understand. I was
Yeah.
actually going by your wording, and in this case, you were going to go along that other creek, right?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. So I
but
mean,
so I was kind
yeah.
of thinking you would stop back at that other point there. Okay.
Yeah.
So
So
your
yeah,
X's are where
one,
your deployment
two,
location.
yeah.
Great. Okay.
So one, two, and then um, three, and then coming into out of March column into road column, or out of road column into March column. Okay, so that's going to be four, and he would then be facing that way, and then one, two, three, and that guy's going to do the same thing, and then one, two, three. So they'll all do that, and they'll all start to come out of. So this is where at least I believe my troops are.
And since the tail is the artillery coming out of road column also?
Yes. So do I would take care. I would remove that. Does it
Yep.
cost only just one to change, or does it cost me more?
I think it was the number of extensions and a minimum of one, right?
Okay. So it would just cost one then.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, cool. And then he would face towards a vertex.
Yes.
Okay, cool. I think I somehow have stuff there. At least where I think I have stuff.
All right. So except this one is turned that way.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, it's got to have it towards the rear. Okay. That's fine. That'll work, hopefully.
All right.
Okay,
That
cool. Let me go
that
ahead and
works. I've
turn that
got
guy over.
all right. Okay, we go back up.
Okay.
I'm sure Michael's getting lonely.
It's either that or he's
All
talking
right.
to Charles.
Yeah.
Charles didn't answer the last time I spoke with him, so
Oh. All
I'm
right.
just
So
sat here all by myself, wondering if the
No.
revolution was over.
Yes, we hate to tell you, the Americans did win eventually. So,
Wow, bummer.
yep, yep. Well, and so with this particular game, it's called, the surprise at Germantown. I think it's the Americans who are the ones that are surprised. So,
Well, that's kind of how it went.
yeah.
all right. Well,
All right, let's roll the dice again.
that move is completed. Four and the British Empire. So that is does not move the clock, and that is a British.
I will give it to the Americans.
All right. So staying in that same general vicinity, David, we're going to go ahead and
All
move
right.
this one, and that's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 gets him there. And everybody's going to follow along. And then we will have some sort of excitement here potentially, where there'll be an opportunity shot. So you guys want to figure that out?
I have no idea what's happening.
That's
Got one
good.
second here too.
Right.
All right, Michael, you have a opportunity shot on some disappearing artillery.
Okay, I can do that. I have the power, I have the technology.
Okay.
So
Probably gonna
that's
be
20 and whatever you've got
25,
there.
25
got
to 20 is gonna be
20,
1 to
1 to
1,
1.
so
Yep.
gonna be too much to it, but
But that's,
I,
I
I
believe
believe
that
we're gonna win
97.
a chicken dinner.
On 97, that is a hit. So those guys are going to route, correct?
You. Yes, they are.
Okay.
But
So,
artillery can't route.
well,
Then I
the
don't want to handle that.
Limbered artillery can route, right?
Oh, of course it can. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, of course it can.
Yeah.
Right. So 1 strength point and route.
Okay. So,
And it's not, it doesn't, there's not an extra one because of the
Oh
road
shoot!
column.
No, you're quite right. Of course it would be. Yes, it's 1.5 times.
All right.
The 2 strength points and route.
okay. All right. So, tell me how, where, what I do.
Let's see.
So basically, that part of the hex just disappeared because there were only 2 strength points there anyway. So they all got blown to
Right.
pieces.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. So I'd say you would be routing like this way or something. Or
I don't see you. You're not on my map.
oh, that's I'm on the wrong. Yeah, I'm on the wrong map there. That you would route like because you route back towards that entrance highway, I believe.
Right. So 1, 2, 3, 4 hexes. Right. So regardless of movement points, it's just 4 hexes, right?
Yes.
Okay. Cool. So that's I would go that way.
Yep. But I mean, I might end up there, but yeah.
Okay, that's fine. Whatever. You're the DM. You're the dungeon master or destruction master.
That's what my wife has been calling me about this when I tell her about this. Oh, you're the dungeon master.
Yeah. You had me worried there for a second when you said my wife's been calling me that. I'm like, oh, too much information, David. Yeah, we don't need to know all of your personal life. So, all right.
Right. So, all right.
So now we go.
he is-
So let me go ahead and flip that guy over.
Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say he
Okay.
gets a route marker. Or
Oh yeah. Thanks.
what do they get? Do we have route markers? No.
They should be.
I hope so.
Well, the regular units you just flip them to be routed, right? So.
Oh.
Yeah, but remember,
yeah.
there's the Americans that can self-route. Remember, we have that rule where I can voluntarily route, and I think when we
Right,
were
right.
voluntarily routing, when we played it at Brandywine, we would invert the unit over to indicate it had voluntarily routed.
No, totally understood. I think his point is just that.
I don't know if we have the counter for it. That's
No,
No, there
there's a
is.
route marker.
It's
Oh,
up
there
in
is
the
a-
upper. Yeah, if you go up to next to where it says American units, there's a little button that says shaken. If you click on that, and then you go to morale states,
That's good.
and you kind of open it up, you'll see shaken, disordered, routed, shaken
Yeah.
and disordered. So they're all there for you to just kind of grab in the drop-down menu.
Okay.
Right.
But what you're
All
saying
right.
is that the units don't seem to have.
Yeah, when I right-clicked on it, there was
The
no thing to
artillery
make.
units don't.
Oh yeah, they've got shaken, disorder, shaken and disorder. I guess what you could do is just drop one on, and then you'd cycle through it until you get to routed.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Oh,
Right.
yeah, if it'll let you do that, yeah.
Well, it should. The
All right.
counter should have this sort of standard flip, 4 ways.
Hey, man,
So.
I don't want to make any assumptions.
Yes, this is Charles Golightly here.
Hi, Charles.
Hey.
Can the artillery, I don't believe, can route over prohibited terrain, and I think that steep hexad is prohibited, right, for artillery?
I don't know.
I mean,
Let's
he
see
should
what that
be able to.
is. That's
he
a
should be able
regular
to route
slope,
correct.
right? Or is it a? So which one's the regular slope?
I would think 26,
Basically.
24 is surrounded by regular slopes, isn't it? Uh,
I mean, it's hard
ooh,
to read. What's the difference
they
between
are
a
hard
steep
to
slope and a
tell.
regular slope?
So clearly there are a bunch of steep slopes just west of you, right?
Yeah. So I'm not going
Down to
that way, right? Because I'm supposed to head back towards my map edge that I came on, right?
yeah, I mean obviously get away from the enemy and to somewhere friendlier, yes. So were you going like west northwest?
No, it would have been. So I hate the fact that the map orientation does not align with
By the
the.
way, I'm with you, so I'm just
Yeah.
sticking with the map itself. I don't care about the rosette in the corner
Yep.
because it's
Okay.
wrong.
So yes. So it would be northwest that we were going.
Yeah, I mean, it seems to me if you go west northwest, you can go in such a direction as you never have to cross a steep hex side.
Yeah. And
If
so,
you
and
if you
I
it's
go
think
really hard.
here you could do, or um, here.
because wow, these are hard to read.
Yeah. And this is I love Rick Barber's maps, but these ones are like, it's really hard to see what's the steep slope and what is the regular slope.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
trying to
And the
figure out.
gentle slope is, and then you've got what are these other things called? He's got some sort of thing where you've got the flow of the
Grade.
ground or something, the
Where the
grade.
hex itself is sloped
Yeah.
rather than a side. Yeah, but I'm still struggling to figure out the difference between steep and regular and gentle. Um,
gentle
it,
is just dots.
Oh,
Uh,
little dots.
yeah. Artillery.
Huh.
Which one's prohibited? Okay,
okay,
suppose
yes, and then
so only
regular
steep is prohibited, right? Okay. And so
27.
is that
So you're saying that.
Oh, oh,
all right?
there's
So
there's
that's
black.
steep. There's that
There's
steep. That's steep. That's steep. That okay.
there is black in the steep ones.
All right. So let me suggest
So then I would be.
this.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, I just need to be one hex further over. Okay, that works.
This is great. This is like totally blind man's bluff. I have no
Totally,
idea.
it's the blind leading the blind. What are you talking about here?
I
Yeah.
have no idea. I saw some Americans. I shot at them. Who was
Yeah.
it? I don't know.
All right, time to chuck the dice some more.
You do know they are artillery because that you would have been able to see that.
Oh no, obviously,
Yeah.
right.
So let's see.
So I won't be setting my grand battery anytime soon with those guys.
No, not too grand.
Moderate sized.
All right. Okay. Let's see. Is that a new roll, Eric?
That's a new roll for me.
And was that a new roll for you, Michael?
Yeah, that 4 is my
Okay.
roll.
All right. So that does not move the clock, and that is a tie.
A tie.
So roll again.
Do it again.
Oops, that's not what I meant to do. That is what I meant to do. I hit the wrong button twice. This time with feeling.
That one is going to definitely
move the clock.
And
Okay.
So we're at 4, correct?
That's a
4,
British
that's
one.
right.
Okay.
Yeah, all right. I will grant to the Americans.
All right, and we will just keep on that side of the universe, and these guys will just keep sailing along, oblivious to what's going on, until they get there, provided they don't get lost in.
Provided they aren't somewhere else.
Provided they
entirely.
aren't somewhere entirely different.
Yep.
Which is quite conceivable.
Yeah.
So you've got some rolling to make there, David.
Yep. Let's see
Yep.
here. All right, so let me see what's
And if I'm not really there, then his skirmish unit should disappear because I wouldn't see it. All right, Jeff from Hex to Hex is saying, hello, hello, Jeff, and the rest of the gang out there. Grim Harbingers is saying, how goes the fog? It's sufficient. I should wear for Halloween. I had just a little thing getting together with a breakfast for some folks. So I brought my meerschaum pipe and my deerstalker cap. And so
Oh,
from my chin up, I was Sherlock Holmes. The rest of me was not wearing anything Sherlock Holmes like.
oh well.
Yeah, far too much polyester and a pair of shorts to go with it, athletic shorts to go with it. So, but at least from the chin up. So that's what I need to wear now for the next live stream. So we really get
Yeah,
the sense that we're in the fog. It's the London
we're
fog.
hunting.
Yeah, we are hunting.
Yes.
We are hunting out in the
Yeah.
fog.
Well, I mean, I've got a wool flat cap I could put on that would at least give me a kind of a British Isles feel.
Well, I've got a tri-corner hat. I could sport one of this
Ooh,
whenever we're playing Battles of the Age of Reason. I should wear my tri-cornered
you
hat
should.
and get
You should.
sufficiently into character here.
That's right.
So, although it was interesting, I was at another Halloween event and I have a Union kepi, cavalry kepi,
Oh,
and so somebody said, "Oh, I see." And he's like, "What have you got?" Oh, it's a Civil War hat Union. He's like, "Which one were those guys?" I'm like, "That were the North. They were fighting to free the slaves."
oh
Oh, okay,
my.
okay. Yeah, so I'm just like, and this was a grown man who was asking me this. So I could understand a kid asking me and not knowing which side,
Right.
a blue
Exactly.
kepi, is that the Union? A gray kepi, is that the Confederates? So, but an adult, a 40-year-old man, I'm just like, our school systems are failing.
I'm afraid so.
Yep,
They're failing to have our children play war games. That's the problem.
that's true. All you need is get out battle cry and get your little blue pieces and your little gray pieces, and everyone figures it out pretty quick.
That's what I'm
So,
saying.
until somebody's wearing butternut brown. And then who knows what's going on.
Yeah.
So, all right, David, can I flip my guy over?
no, you can't yet.
Oh, damn it.
Damn it,
Uh,
Jim. We've been doing our best to vamp for you.
David's drinking another martini.
Could hardly blame him.
Exactly. Yeah.
My wife
The
said
life of an
My
umpire.
wife said, "Who's the one who got stuck having to do the boring part of being the umpire?" And I'm like, "I don't think you understand. First of all, it was his idea.
Yep. Yep.
Secondly, he's the only one who has any idea what's happening."
Yeah.
all
Yeah.
right, Eric, I need you down in
Oh, damn
the
it.
coalition
Oh, we
headquarters.
ran into more stuff, I'm sure. Here we go. Oh, maybe he is just kicking me out so he can talk to.
Hoopton, you were
Oh,
there.
okay.
Okay,
All right.
all right. I'm actually truly playing Dungeon Master down here.
Of course.
The right now, and I've got to find the units on your thing here, and I'm going to give you an option here because and this actually happened last turn
Oh, okay.
or the last activation. Okay,
They took a wrong
where
turn somewhere.
somebody did,
Somebody did, I'm sure.
and I think it's this one right here. And I think it's time because they were making their way back and actually, all right. So I'm grabbing Green and the unit and the officer under him.
Where are you at?
Okay, and I'm
Oh,
moving.
oh,
There,
oh. The guys
and
way
actually,
down that already moved, that were part of that
right,
group.
right.
Okay.
At the previous, I'm going to put this last activation back a little bit because that was my mistake because I really needed to. All right, so they're going to be back behind. They were here there. So,
Yes. So
okay.
they,
All right. Oh,
right.
I
So they
missed
would
one
have
there.
bumped into green if green was moving. So he went,
Green was
he
all
hit
right.
the stream. He had to turn around and head back the other way, is what you're saying.
Yes. Yep.
Okay.
So he ended up over at Livsari's mill, and he's made his way back to there, and that's and so and this he did not make another wrong turn, so they were heading down here. They heard. Oh, this guy goes back too. I gotta get those.
Right.
All right.
Okay. So I would have.
So they're coming down this road. They got to here, and all of a sudden they heard the skirmish fire ahead of them.
Okay.
I will give you an option if to instead of just marching blindly in road column, that since it's actually green there also and an officer, they can react to. They heard fire in the fog ahead of them.
Okay, but they were part of the activation that
They were part
happened,
of the
and their
previous activation.
artillery, right, and their artillery went off and did something funky,
Yep.
right? Okay, so if they were to move forward one, so
they started here.
Okay, so they're so where are they at?
So they started here, and
Right.
you're moving down the road. Okay, we'll take them back to there. Yeah.
Okay.
They're moving down the road. They heard fire ahead of them.
Okay, so 1, 2. So how many movement points do they have left?
They got 4. Well, they got right. They started at the where I just.
Oh, they started there. So okay. Okay. Yeah. All right. So they weren't where I thought they were. They were there. The rest of their column kept marching down. Part of their column got shot at by the other guys. So 1, 2, 3. Okay, so and I can't do any rapid march during the fog, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4. So the best I could do would be to go 1, 2, 3 to go into march column, and then 4 to face this way in line. Right, let's see here. Right, so.
Well, you could get to 3 to here.
Oh, is it 3 there? Okay.
Yeah, because it's 1, 2.
Oh, yeah.
They started here.
Yeah.
So 1, 2. You could get to there 3.
Right, but then the best I could do would be to come out of
2 if you want to go 2. Yeah.
Yeah.
1, 2.
Yeah, so I'll do that because it cost me 2 movement points to 1 to come out of road into march column, and then to face this way, right? It's going to cost me 1, so that would use up all my movement points to get there. Okay, right. And so then this guy, the best he could do when I activate him would just be to get down there, and then so that's as far as he could advance because the other guy's on the road.
Yep.
Okay. All right. That's as good as we can do for the moment.
All right. So we got, let me update. So we got green with that unit. He's in line on the road there. And then the column behind is bumping into him. Yes.
So that is Mullenberg. Who is that? That's Whedon. All right. So why do I have 2 leaders there?
Because one's green is the leader.
Okay. So so who do we? So we picked up. So was green stacked with another leader?
Yes.
Who was he stacked with?
Mullenberg.
Mullenberg. Okay, so let's find Mullenberg. Okay, so he's there. Okay. All right, and then Whedon is here then with those guys. Those are the lead of Whedon's column. Okay. All right, I think we got it all figured out, hopefully. Right, except we need to have Those guys need to be one back. Okay, I think that works. Okay, cool. All right, I guess we can go back up. Is that correct, David?
Yes. Yep.
Cool. All right. Time to check another pair of dice.
Paradise.
Paradise.
There. That's my half of the pair.
There you go. All right. What have we got?
Okay. Paradise, we got that. Okay, we moved the clock. One more. And this is an American activation.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
it's
finally got
We're
one on
on-
my own.
We're 5 on the thing here.
Five on the clock. Okay. All right. So we're back in that general ballpark that we've been. We're going to have the next little group of friends come stomping along. Friends, Romans, countrymen.
You shouldn't bring any Romans. That'd be bad.
Well, I'm actually looking forward to playing, as I was mentioning to you guys earlier. I'm going to be doing Kriegspiel on Thursday night.
Cool.
So, yes, and it's a Roman. It's Caesar versus Pompey, the Battle of Pharsalus.
Oh my!
Yes, so it'll be interesting to see how that actually works with the
Ancients?
ancients with it. Yeah, because I have no idea. I mean, with the other stuff when I played the Kriegspiel with the guys before, it was this, we were moving across a huge map and we had a lot of fog of war stuff.
Right.
But with this one, it's like, okay, historically, Pompey's camp is here, Caesar's camp's here. The Romans are kind of lined up here and there. And so I'm just like, okay, how exactly is this Kriegspiele?
Right.
Because is the distance that you can see shorter than it is in the Napoleonic
Somehow
word?
limited.
I mean,
Right.
you don't have a spyglass. Yeah, Grim. Yeah, I was in the it was the game that they did maybe 3 weeks ago, 3 or 4 weeks ago. So yeah, so I'm going to be doing.
Red team, blue team?
It was red team, blue team, but it was supposedly a Napoleonic era matchup.
Yeah.
So
Right.
although I was confused because there was a railroad. So there was a railroad station and rail lines on it. And so at first I thought, well, is this Austrian-Prussian war? Is this Franco-Prussian war? I mean, there's railroad lines. And the guy says, oh, no, it's just this map. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah, don't worry about the map.
Don't just ignore the rail lines. Yes. It is really a Napoleonic one. Okay, cool. So, all right.
That's the one thing that I really catch from Franco-Prussian War. I read a couple of books on the history of it, and it's that apparently neither army went to any pains whatsoever to do reconnaissance.
Wow.
And so any game that isn't double blind is missing the point.
All right. I think I'm ready to chuck some dice again.
Yep.
All right.
That also moves the clock. That is an American activation.
Oh, is that what it is?
Right.
So
I was getting excited. I thought I was going to be all set for my. Oh, actually, we're not going to be able to do it next Sunday because I'm going to be in Las Vegas next Sunday.
Oh.
Oh no!
Yeah, we could do it next Saturday if you want to instead, Michael.
You're going to be around Saturday evening?
Yeah.
Okay.
I will check. But yeah, next Sunday I'm off in beautiful Vegas with my siblings.
Marvelous.
It's our once every 25 years we get together and go to Vegas. Although hopefully we'll do it more frequently than every 25 years.
I was
So-
going to say, so 25.
Well, it was only a case that we did it before, and then everybody, my younger siblings had children and all that stuff, and so that sort of spoiled it. So, and so did I. So now that we're all done, our kids are grown up, or mostly grown up, we're gonna have fun. So,
All right.
all right. So it's an American activation. All right.
Yeah, and
So we're gonna bounce back, and let's see what excitement we can do. So we're gonna be over in this neck of the woods.
okay.
And we're just going to push these chaps.
Which ones?
This one here.
Those ones.
Okay.
All right. And I accidentally moved Washington, so I think he's here. He was under the bottom of the stack.
Yeah, he was right here.
Oh, okay. All right. I'm just going to kind of set him there so I don't lose him again. All right.
So, let me just make sure I get things all hunky dory here. All right. So, all right, another roll.
Chuck of the dice.
Boom.
All right, let's see. What do we got here? We got, and we have another tie that moves the clock.
Awesome.
So we're up to 7.
We
We're
are.
up to 7.
Okay.
Roll again.
Okay. Well, that's going to move the clock.
That's moving the clock, and that is an American.
Okay, so we're up to 8. Okay, let's carry on in that same general vein. Here we're going to push some more pieces of cardboard along. So, 1, 2, 3.
Uh-oh, he brought Von Steuben with
Von
him.
Steuben got here early.
Oh, dear.
He's helping out. Okay.
And
You got it?
I
All
got
right.
it.
And another roll each. That does not move the clock, and we have an American.
Okay. All right, we're going to get these chaps cruising along. So let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay.
All right. Another activation.
Okay. Chuck some dice. Oop, that's a big one.
That moves the clock.
So we're down to 9.
We're down to 9.
Okay.
And it's Americans.
Good. All right. So I've got these chaps here that are just going to keep doing their plan in theory. Do you see where I'm at?
Yep.
Okay. So that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4.
this whole having a plan seems really suspicious. I'm not sure I'm fond of the idea.
It's all right. Remember, the plan does not survive contact with the enemy.
That's right.
Yeah, we've already seen my plan start to derail a little bit.
A little
So,
bit.
yep, just a little bit. All right,
Let me.
let's go ahead and give those guys
I
a
need to
toss.
update. Let me update that there. That goes there. Goes there. Okay. Date. Yes, that looks good. All right. Give me an activation roll each.
Here we go. That one knocked it out of the park.
That's a British activation. It has not moved the clock.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's I'll grant it to the Americans.
All right, so the last one I've got on the board is this one here. They don't really have anywhere to go.
I love that.
Yep, because they've already captured Germantown.
What?
They had special paratroop units. Didn't you know that? I mean,
In the fog.
in the fog.
Yes.
Yeah. All right, so I think looking at everything, those guys have done their magic. Those guys have done their thing. That. All right, yeah, no, I think I've got everybody who's worth anything.
All right. Well, we've still got.
Yes, we still have more stuff
two
we have to
more
roll for.
yep.
So,
So another activation.
okay.
Okay, that moves the clock. We are now in limited activation.
Dun, dun,
That's the end
dun.
term marker. That is a British.
I will grant it to the Americans.
All right, and I don't have anything magical to do, so I will pass.
All right, so flip one of your. You still got two.
Okay. Yep.
Select one.
Philippe.
Philippe.
All
Philippe.
right,
If we got
and
the.
roll again.
Don't we have the
But the French
Marquis
haven't entered the
Lafayette?
war yet.
One.
No, Lafayette was at Brandywine, wasn't he? He's somewhere around here.
I'm just talking about the rest of them. The one like Philippe.
Yes, Philippe
And this
Cousteau.
is a limited activation to the British.
Nope. Back over to the Americans.
Okay, and we will go ahead and Philippe that chap there, and we are done. We have Philipped everybody.
We have Philippe everybody. So
Yep.
now, so we're now in the end turn, end of the whatever. So let's see.
Rally phase.
Rally phase.
I've got somebody that actually needs to rally.
Yeah.
So
Go do it.
let me go ahead and chuck some dice for them. That is probably going to be enough. Right?
Yeah,
'Cause
artillery.
it's a minus something, right?
Really pretty good. It's plus 15 for being routed.
Yeah, okay. So he's back. And then is he shaken and disordered?
That's right. Yes.
Okay. All right. He's going to want his vengeance.
Yeah, I expect.
Roll him up and start unlimbering him.
All right, let me see if I've got anything else I've got to do.
Might take you a while to prolong all the way to the main line of resistance.
All right.
Didn't you see the special American rules? Once we start rolling down the hill, we don't stop.
Oh my.
Yeah.
Right.
In fact, we don't even bother to fire the cannons. We just roll them into you. It's kind of like those scythed chariots from, the Persians were using against Alexander the Great.
Yeah, knowing how much just the barrel, not even including the carriage. You would not want to be in the way.
Yeah. No, I think I remember as a kid I had It's one of those. What was it? American Heritage. I had a book. I think we'd picked it up when we were visiting one of the Civil War battlefields when I was a kid, and it had, it had every page. It had some of these famous paintings, and then it talked a little bit about the action that's happening. I can remember one. It was like
Oh,
the assault on Missionary Ridge, which is outside of what, Chattanooga or something like that, or
yep.
and
Okay,
and
yep.
and in the desperation, the Confederates are just like they're rolling the guns down the hill as the Union are coming up, and capturing the
Well,
ridge, driving them off. But they're throwing everything, and the
if you're
kitchen
out of
sink.
ammo,
Yep, and they're just
I
rolling the
guess
guns down the hill, trying to bowl over some people.
that's
So
funny.
yeah,
So
Well, I would leave a mark.
it definitely, you wouldn't want to be on the path of that. So.
Hmm.
yes, all right. So this is I'm going to do. I'm actually saving copies of everything right at the moment, so that at the end of the turn, I'm aware of it here.
Okay.
File. And that's the British.
Should we hit the end of the turn button or not? I haven't hit the end of the turn button on my
I
on my
haven't
map.
either, but should we, David?
Wait a second. Wait. Oh, wait a second. Give me a second here. I goofed
Sure.
something up.
Oh, dear.
I tell you.
All right, start over.
I don't know that we want to do that to our fans.
They are worthy of great praise
There you go.
for
They are very patient for putting up with what's.
this so far.
Yeah. Hey, but we've got 6 likes on the
No,
video, so.
no, we're just starved for entertainment.
All right. So yes, let's hit the move, the end turn, hit the
End turn.
move.
Move. I'm gonna kick that.
Okay.
And so we're now 640 turn back to 0.
So we're at the 640 turn, and
We're still heavy fog.
Oh yeah.
And let's
Cool.
see.
And I'll hit the save button. Do do do. And this is end of the 620 turn.
All right.
Well, that's good. So the Americans are having to kind of figure out what to do with these pickets.
Yep.
While the rest of the British Army kind of gets organized, but still not 100% sure where all the different vectors are.
Yes, exactly.
Kind of some idea of 2 of the axes of attack, but only 2.
Well, and
Good times.
and
There can definitely be multiple.
That's right. The airstrike hasn't happened yet. We're calling that in after the
Exactly.
fog lifts. Grim Harbinger
Yeah.
says that he would only allow us to restart if we gave him a British brigade. So,
Well,
yes.
I don't know. Don't get too excited. It's not like any of the British brigades have done a whole lot yet.
There we go. And Michael Shearer says, a very interesting battle. Yes, it is. I think this is kind of a fun way of approaching it. Certainly more interesting than if we were just to have the sort of God's eye view, which you would
Yeah.
have if you were doing this on a tabletop.
Exactly.
And gives us a chance to kind of bump into each other like this. So cool.
Which is kind of what actually happened. So
Yeah.
that's the nice thing about that.
Yeah.
So
let's see. Charles Golightly says, thanks, gents. Breathlessly anticipating the next turn. So, don't hold your breath too long, Charles, because we're not going to get together again to play this until the weekend after next. So that's going to be November. Let me check my calendar. That would be the 16th potentially.
Yeah, Sunday'd be the 16th,
Yeah.
right?
So we'll either do it on the 15th or the 16th. It looks like I've got a fencing tournament with the high school team on the 16th. So we would either meet on the 16th at like 7 o'clock, or we could play on the 15th. So I'll send you guys a note out earlier that week.
Okay.
Yep,
And then we
I
can
should be
figure it
good
out.
for either one since I'm retired now, and
Look, rub it in. Rub it in.
All right. And for all of you that were tuning in, either now or in the future, thanks so much for watching. And make sure that you're subscribed to the channel, hit the little notification button, and that way then you'll get notifications when I post our upcoming live streams and all that good stuff. So that way you're not surprised when we have a schedule change. But usually this game, and then we are going to then try to do a tutorial next Saturday for bar.
Right.
So
Right.
thanks for watching, everybody, and we'll see you on the next one.